Hello everyone, my name is Erika Stañeda and I'm with SCAN. I'm a prevention specialist under the Futuros Maravillosos program. Today I will be providing you with a presentation on tobacco use. What is tobacco? Tobacco is dried processed leaves from the plant Nicotiana rustica. This contains nicotine, an addictive drug. Tobacco can be smoked, chewed, or sniffed. Cigarettes contain approximately 600 ingredients. When burned, cigarettes create more than 7,000 chemicals. Here we can see a lit cigarette. In a few of the chemicals like acetone, arsenic, ammonia, these are just a few chemicals that it contains once it's lit or once you start smoking it. Let's look into these chemicals more closely and what they are used for. These are the chemicals that are used in cigarettes, and these are their common daily use. The acetone, it's found in nail polish remover. Acetic acid is an ingredient in hair dye. Ammonia, a common household cleaner. Arsenic is used in rat poison. Benzene is found in rubber, cement, and gasoline. Butane is used in lighter fluid. Cadmium is an active component in battery acid. Carbon monoxide is released in car exhaust fumes. Formaldehyde is an embalming fluid. Hexabene is found in barbecue lighter fluid. Lead is used in batteries. Naphthalene is the main component in rocket fuel. Tar is a material for paving roads. And toluene is used to manufacture paint. These just are a few chemicals that are found in cigarettes. All this is inhaled and goes to our brain and body. Nicotine reaches the brain in a few seconds. As nicotine enters the blood, it stimulates the adrenal glands to release adrenaline. Adrenaline stimulates the central nervous system and increases blood pressure, breathing, and heart rate. Nicotine also increases level of dopamine, which controls the reward and pleasure. This is an image of smoke going to the brain. These are a few short-term effects of smoking. Bad breath, bad taste in mouth, bad odor on clothes and hair, stains on teeth, addiction to nicotine, decreased lung capacity, limited lung growth, elevated heart rate, chronic cough, increased incidence of bronchitis. These are stains caused by smoking. Nails turn yellow, and this is just by holding a cigarette. Of course, this is a more severe case. Long-term effects of tobacco use is heart disease, heart attacks and strokes, lung disease with emphysema and chronic bronchitis, and reproductive damage. Tobacco use remains the single largest preventable cause of death and disease in the United States. These are different types of cancer due to tobacco use: lung, mouth, throat, stomach, and urinary cancer. Here we have pictures of the different types of cancer. The first is lung. Second photo is throat. You can see some black at the very back. And the bottom photo is the different stages of stomach cancer. Other damage would be prematurely wrinkled skin, permanent gum and tooth loss, lost or weakened sense of taste, weakened immune system, and stomach ulcers. In 2018, an estimated 34.2 million Americans were current smokers. Smoking-related illness in the United States cost more than $300 billion a year. Cigarette smoking kills more than 480,000 Americans each year. It's never too late to stop smoking. Your body starts healing within the first 20 minutes that you quit. This is the recovery timeline. Within the first 20 minutes, the heart rate drops and returns to normal. Blood pressure begins to drop and circulation may start to improve. After 12 hours, the body cleanses itself of the excess carbon monoxide, increasing the body's oxygen levels. After 1 day, the risk of heart disease decreases. Oxygen levels rises, making physical activity and exercise easier to do. After 2 days, there is a heightened sense of smell and more vivid taste as the nerves heal. 1 month, lung functions begin to improve. As the lungs heal and lung capacity improves, there is less coughing and shortness of breath. Endurance increases. 1 to 3 months, circulation continues to improve. After 9 months, lungs have significantly healed themselves. There is a decrease of lung infections. After 1 year, the risk of heart disease decreases by half. The risk will continue to drop past the 1 year mark. Once you quit, there will be withdrawal symptoms, which start a few minutes after your last cigarette. If ignored, symptoms often go away in 2 to 4 weeks. These are a few withdrawal symptoms: intense cravings for nicotine, headaches, tingling in the hands and feet, irritability, and depression. Personally speaking, after quitting, I did feel better within days. The problem was adjusting to this life, finding ways to replace the time usually spent on smoking. To me, the most rewarding thing of quitting is being able to take a deep breath with no problem and no pain. Would I get sick if I quit smoking? We've all heard stories of a person quitting and getting cancer or an illness right away. One of the things that need to be understood is that smoking works as a painkiller, so this at times will not let us feel pain. Pain is how our body lets us know there's something wrong. Once the person quits, there is nothing tuning out the pain. This is why it isn't so much that they got sick after quitting, but they are not able to notice the body's signals. To the left, we have healthy lungs, and to the right is the smoker's lung. Sniffing tobacco. This is the act of the inhalation of nasal snuff, powdered tobacco. Effects of the sniffing tobacco would be nasal discharge, cancer, addiction, fibrosis, stuffy nose, inflammation cell reaction. And chewing of tobacco. It causes bad breath, bad taste in mouth, stained teeth, increased risk of tooth decay, addiction to nicotine, eating gums, permanent gum loss, sensitive teeth, sores, white and red patches, and lumps in mouth. Here we have the pictures of some effects of the chewing tobacco, which is the sores and at the mouth, the tooth decay, and on the last one is the effects of cancer from smokeless tobacco. I just needed to emphasize there is no proof that any smokeless tobacco products help smokers quit smoking. Is vaping less dangerous than smoking cigarettes? Vaping is less harmful, but it's still not safe. Many vape to quit smoking, but this does not help. Vaping for sure has less chemicals, but not sure how many or exactly what chemicals. What is vaping? Vaping is the act of inhaling aerosolized liquid from a device, sometimes called a vape pen or an e-cigarette. Aerosol emitted from these devices almost always contain chemicals that weren't originally added into the liquid. Heating the liquid produces dangerous byproducts, including heavy metals like lead, aluminum, and nickel. According to the CDC, as of January 2020, there has been 60 U.S. confirmed deaths. This is not FDA approved, which means that there is not enough research done to know the short or long-term effects of vaping. The body is being exposed to all kinds of chemicals that we don't yet understand and do not know if they are safe. There has been an outbreak of lung injuries and deaths associated with vaping. If the e-cigarette was used as a way to quit smoking, most people ended up continuing to smoke both traditional and e-cigarettes. Both e-cigarettes and regular cigarettes contain nicotine. Research suggests may be as addictive as heroin and cocaine. This is an electronic cigarette. Here you can see the mouthpiece and the cartridge which holds the juice, and the heating element that's where the juice becomes vapor. And battery, and some devices have a light on the end to simulate the glow of a burning cigarette. Was the e-cigarette created as a safer means or to attract a different kind of crowd? The young are being targeted. Smoking was a very normal habit with our older generations. Tobacco companies started losing customers once knowledge spread of the dangers of smoking. All the effects it had on our health and our image, illness, cancer, bad smell, wrinkles, bad breath, and yellow teeth. So this is created to make people believe it's less harmful. It even comes in flavors and many ways to hide it. An adult wouldn't need to hide it, but a minor would. Now that smoking is banned in all indoor businesses, they have people believe you can use the e-cigarette indoors. Because supposedly the smoke isn't harmful. These are all ways to attract the young, because once vaping is not enough, it will lead to smoking cigarettes. Frequently asked questions. If it's only a few cigarettes or not every day, are there still health risks? The nicotine addiction may not be the same as people who smoke regularly. The health risks are still present. You ingest dangerous substances with each puff. Is secondhand smoke just as dangerous as smoking? Non-smokers that are around smoking breathe in the same poisonous gases and toxic chemicals, so they suffer from the same health risks. This may also cause ear infections, asthma, and other breathing complications like cough, shortness of breath, and even bronchitis. Are menthol cigarettes safer than those without? Menthol only adds to the flavor. It does not make the cigarettes any less dangerous. which is why a law was passed that tobacco companies are no longer allowed to label cigarettes light or ultra light because of the misleading concept that those are less dangerous. It doesn't have vitamin E. Vitamin E acetate is used as an additive, most notably in THC containing e-cigarette or vaping products. Vitamin E is a vitamin found in many foods, including vegetable oils, cereal, meat, fruits, and vegetables. It is also available as a dietary supplement and in many cosmetic products like skin creams. Why would this be harmful? Vitamin E acetate usually does not cause harm when ingested as a vitamin supplement or applied to the skin. However, previous research suggests when vitamin E acetate is inhaled, it may interfere with normal lung functioning. Smoking marijuana through vaping. Electronic cigarettes work by heating a liquid to produce an aerosol that users inhale into their lungs. The liquid can contain nicotine, THC, and CBD oils, and other substances, flavorings, and additives. THC is the psychoactive mind-altering compound of marijuana that produces the high. What is marijuana and THC? Marijuana, which can also be called weed, pot, dope, or cannabis, is a dried flowers and leaves of the cannabis plant. Marijuana contains mind-altering compounds like THC, as well as other active compounds like CBD that are not mind-altering. People who have significant impairment or distress from ongoing problematic use of THC containing e-cigarette or vaping products should seek evidence-based behavioral treatment and recovery services. What are the health risks of marijuana and THC? Use of THC, which comes from marijuana, has been associated with a wide range of health effects, particularly with prolonged heavy use. The best way to avoid potentially harmful effects is not to use THC, including through e-cigarette or vaping products. Persons engaging in ongoing marijuana use that leads to significant impairment or distress should seek evidence-based treatment by a healthcare professional. These effects range from short-term problems with attention, memory, learning, to long-term problems such as psychosis, anxiety, suicidal ideation and attempts, depression, and substance use disorder. It is not known whether these are causal relationships or simply associations. How does marijuana use and e-cigarette or vaping products affect use? Marijuana use, including through use of e-cigarette or vaping products, can impact your health. Regardless of the substance used, e-cigarette or vaping products should never be used by youth. Marijuana use can harm the developing and adolescent brain and impact attention, learning, and memory. Starting to use marijuana at a younger age leads to higher risk of more problematic use later in life. Youth marijuana use has also been associated with antisocial and oppositional behaviors. Nicotine use, poor school performance, use of other illicit substances, and the development of substance use disorders and impairments in social relationships. What should I do if I'm currently using marijuana, THC, and e-cigarette or product for medical use? CDC and FDA recommend that people not use THC-containing e-cigarette or vaping products, particularly from informal sources like friends, family, or in-person online dealers. If you have recently used a THC-containing product in an e-cigarette or vaping product, and you have symptoms like those reported in this outbreak, see a healthcare provider. with your healthcare provider about other available treatment options for the conditions. How are states regulating THC containing e-cigarette or vaping products? Some states have legalized the use of THC containing vaping products for non-medical, recreational, or medical purposes. State regulations vary with regard to product pre-approval processes, ingredient requirements and/or limitations, packaging and labeling, and testing requirements and methods. States typically conduct various levels of testing of products, including testing for potency, contaminants, metal, pesticides, and pathogens. Both THC-containing and nicotine-containing e-cigarette or vaping products purchased legally within states might also contain harmful substances. It is difficult to know what is in these products. Full ingredient lists are typically not available. Ways to quit. You need support. When quitting, you will need support, whether it's from family or friends. The National Institute of Drug Abuse and SAMHSA website has videos and step-by-step guides to help. It's important that you stay busy. Exercise, go for a walk, chew gum, and keep your hands busy. Avoid smoking triggers. Throw away cigarettes, lighters, ashtrays. Avoid caffeine since it can make you jittery and get the urge to smoke. Get plenty of rest and eat healthy. Change routine to avoid the things you might associate with smoking. As I said earlier, with my personal experience on my quitting journey, it's a lot of adjustment, filling in the gaps with the positive habit, avoiding many places and even people. Your body is adjusting to this big change, but it's worth it.